Hi everyone, today let's talk about Actuator and what is its work on Spring Boot. We'll talk about that first and later we'll see it practically. The main task of Actuator in Spring Boot is to monitor and manage your application. Spring Boot Actuator provides endpoints to monitor and manage your application by simply adding the dependency to your pom.xml file. Here, endpoints are prefixed with /actuator. Likewise, there are so many endpoints such as health endpoint, info endpoint, audit event endpoint, beans endpoint, mappings endpoint. We'll look into them in detail, and also by default only health endpoint is exposed. To expose all other endpoints through HTTP, we need to write some lines in application properties file. We'll look into them while practicing. Open your IDE. If your Spring Boot app is running, stop it. So, as a first step, you need to add Spring Boot starter actuator dependency on your pom.xml file. Open pom.xml file and I'll just copy this dependency and I'll paste it right below, and I'll just edit this as Spring Boot starter actuator, and now Ctrl S and run your application again. As we know, by default /health is exposed. So let's go to any web browser and type localhost colon 8080 slash actuator slash health. See status up. This is used for monitoring apps to check if your application is up or down. As we discussed, we need to write some lines in application properties file for info endpoint, like management.endpoints.web.exposure.include equal to health comma info, and we'll also set the property here for management.info.env.enable equal to true. And once we set these two items, we can expose the /info endpoint. Let's go and check it out. /actuator/info. By default, it's empty, but we can fix that so that we can get some customized information for our application. Again, go to application.properties and now type info.app.name equal to first project demo, info.app.description equal to just a basic demo application. Any property name start with info will be used by /info, and info.app.version equal to 1.0.0. Now save it, Ctrl S and go to browser and just reload the page. See, now it's reading information from application.properties. We can also make this information look better by JSON Chrome extension. Simply type JSON viewer Chrome extension and now click on the first one, JSON viewer Google Chrome. And now click on add to Chrome, add extension. Extension added successfully. Now go back to your page and reload it. See, now it's in more understandable format than the previous one, right? And now let's expose more actuator endpoints, and I'll add start to expose all endpoints management.endpoints.web.exposer.include equal to star. Control S, save it. You can see in console it's exposing 13 endpoints. Let's go to web browser /actuator/beans. So these are all the beans which are registered with your application. And now let's look into another endpoint /threaddump. This will list all the threads running in your application. These are useful for analyzing and profiling your application's performances. And /mapping endpoint actuator/mappings. This will give you list of all the request mappings of your application, useful for finding out what request mappings are available. I hope you guys understood about Spring Boot Actuator, and in the next video we'll talk about securing endpoints. Thanks for watching.